JLo brought the gun and then threw it out and then lied to all of the law enforcement and the grand jury. Come to the front of the room, Jenny, with a Glock. You got some splaining.
If Jennifer Lopez thought she was in the clear and would escape unscathed from her involvement in Diddy's 1999 crimes, it looks like she might be in for a major shock. The case could potentially be reopened, and the victim, Natana Rubin, has been vocal about what really happened that night. She plans to work with federal authorities to revisit the case, ensuring that Lopez finally faces consequences for her role. It seems that even a divorce won't protect JLo from this mounting drama, as Rubin is seeking revenge and determined not to let the situation fade away. There are whispers on the streets, suggesting that federal authorities may soon reopen the infamous 1999 case involving Diddy, his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and his former protege Jamal Shine Barrow. Some reports claim that Lopez might need legal counsel, as there are allegations she acted as Diddy's CER, possibly implying she was involved in handling the weapon during the chaotic incident. Sources suggest that Lopez may have smuggled the gun into the club and passed it to Diddy just before the situation escalated. The night in question took place on December 28, 1999, at a Manhattan nightclub in Times Square. Diddy and Lopez were there to celebrate the anticipated release of Shine's debut album. Shine, then just 21 years old, was still making a name for himself in the music industry. Meanwhile, Lopez was still emerging as a star, though she hadn't yet reached the global fame she would later achieve. However, the events of that evening would leave a lasting stain on everyone involved and spark a legal case that would haunt their careers for decades. The trouble began when Diddy, holding a bottle of champagne, accidentally bumped into a man named Matthew Allen, also known as Scar. The encounter quickly turned hostile when Allen shoved Diddy. Things escalated even further when one of Allen's friends threw a stack of cash in Diddy's face. Enraged, Diddy pulled away, and before anyone could react, gunshots rang out. The chaotic scene left 3 people injured, including Natana Rubin, who reportedly suffered a wound to the face, allegedly as a result of Diddy's actions. As panic spread throughout the club, Diddy and Lopez immediately fled the scene, jumping into a Lincoln Navigator with a weapon hidden in the trunk. However, their getaway didn't go as smoothly as they had hoped. They ran a red light, catching the attention of the police, who stopped them not for the weapon but for the traffic violation. The situation got even worse when they were taken to the station. Mugshots were taken and Lopez was reportedly in tears, overwhelmed by the drama. According to reports, Lopez's mother also arrived at the station and angrily scolded her daughter in Spanish, saying, "I warned you not to get involved with that man." As the legal mess unfolded, Diddy's driver Wardell Fenderson took the stand and dropped a bombshell. He testified that Diddy had tried to bribe him into claiming ownership of the Lincoln Navigator. This testimony painted a clearer picture of Diddy's actions. It suggested he was willing to go to great lengths to avoid taking the fall for the incident. Despite the allegations that Diddy might have fired the gun, the investigation resulted in Diddy facing 4 weapons charges and a bribery accusation related to Fenderson's testimony. However, Diddy's legal team crafted a defense that painted the entire situation as absurd. They argued that it was far-fetched to imagine that someone as high-profile as Diddy and a rising Hollywood star like Lopez would casually be involved in a gun incident. One of Diddy's lawyers famously told the judge, "I don't know if you know this, Your Honor, but Jennifer Lopez is a very famous actress. The idea that Mr. Combs would be walking around with her with a loaded gun is so ridiculous that it stretches the imagination." Against all odds, Diddy's defense worked. The jury acquitted him of all charges and the case seemed to end there. The high-profile case, which could have derailed Diddy's career, was a legal victory for him, but the story didn't stop. Years later, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Dill, came forward with explosive allegations. Dill claimed that Diddy went to great lengths to protect himself, allegedly hiring people to show up at the police station and provide false testimony that would shift the blame entirely onto Shine. This betrayal was particularly striking because Shine had been Diddy's protege, someone he mentored in the music industry. Yet, Shine ended up serving a 10-year prison sentence, while Diddy's career continued to thrive. Now, with Rubin speaking out and the possibility of a reopened investigation, it seems that the drama surrounding the 1999 incident may finally catch up with Jennifer Lopez.
To Bad Boy Security, Paul and other people, and said that they were there. So they were giving them the DA's and the lawyer's card and tell them to go make a statement. And some of those people who were making statements, they was making statements against Shine. Yo, bro, listen to me. Y'all hearing it from me, but Shine said it himself in his interview. You supposed to be my brother, and you got people testifying against me? Those people were testifying, they were brought to Puff first, saying that what they saw against Sean and what they saw Sean do. The DA didn't even know those people existed.
After Diddy's legal troubles, the lawsuits didn't end. One notable case came from his former driver, Wardell Fenderson, the same man who accused Diddy of attempting to bribe him into taking the fall for the 1999 incident. In 2004, Fenderson filed a lawsuit claiming that the events of that night left him emotionally scarred. Although the case was ultimately settled, the terms remained confidential, leading the public to speculate about what truly transpired. Diddy also reportedly reached settlements with the 3 victims injured in the incident, including Natana Rubin, who had suffered a facial injury. These settlements seem to be an attempt to close the chapter on that dark period and move forward, though the shadow of that night continued to loom over Diddy's career for years. In an effort to rebrand himself and distance himself from the scandal, Diddy even changed his name from Puffy to P. Diddy. At the time, it appeared to be a clever strategy to shed the drama, but it's now evident that the past has a way of catching up. So why are federal authorities reopening a 25-year-old case, especially when it seemed like everyone involved had moved on? That's where things get interesting. Many people might not realize that in a recent lawsuit, Lil Rod referenced the infamous 1999 nightclub incident. His mention of the event seems to have reignited federal interest in the case. According to the lawsuit, Lil Rod accused Diddy of threatening him with a firearm after he refused to comply with Diddy's demands. Lil Rod also claimed that Diddy tried to intimidate him by bragging about getting away with shooting people. The lawsuit detailed how Diddy allegedly used his power and influence to threaten and intimidate Lil Rod, including one instance where Diddy boasted about his involvement in the nightclub shooting with rapper Shyne. The lawsuit further claimed that Diddy shared that his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, aka JLo, had smuggled the weapon into the club for him and passed it to him after he got into an altercation with another individual. For a time, this particular drama was swept under the rug, likely due to the other serious allegations surrounding Diddy. However, Natana Rubin is not backing down in her quest for justice. In a new interview, she strongly asserted that JLo is not as innocent as she claims to be, insisting that Lopez knew exactly what she was doing that night.
JLo clearly was caught throwing this weapon out.
Shyne was accused of Julius Jones.
Oh, sorry, correct. But so why didn't Puffy and JLo get the proper, conviction?
Because their money is super long and people love adjacency to fame, celebrity. People are willing to sell their integrity for $1. Sharice Myers.
She then claimed that Diddy had allegedly bought his way out of trouble.
Rumor in the government filings against Combs this week was that tape, the Cassie tape, and that the feds are alleging that he paid $100,000 to make that tape disappear. I would assume that doesn't surprise you.
No.
How much of that do you think has been going on over the past 25 years?
A ton of it.
Okay.
A ton. And here's why. First and foremost, if he paid $100,000 for the Cassie video, how much do you think he paid the club owners for the video of him?
She then revealed that she's 100% open to working with the feds on the investigation, hinting that she has information that could take JLo down for her involvement.
To the feds or any of this in this current investigation?
I have not, but I am a willing participant, sir. Come look me up. You know how to get in touch with me. Because they mentioned me in this recent filing. They mentioned my case.
Yep.
Right.
So if you mention my case, and they have not added all of the superseding indictments, because they don't, if they add the superseding indictments, they have to add the...
Fans commented JLo dated Diddy as she knew Kim Porter was still in a relationship with him. She sold herself to Diddy for fame, and now she plays the victim of Diddy. Shame on JLo, another person said. Of course JLo was involved. She was with Diddy to get her career going, and it worked. Now she is such a narcissist. She knew what Diddy was like. People who want to become a big star will do anything to become one. Her ticket was Diddy. Now she's paying the price for dealing with evil. She shouldn't care. She got what she wanted. Fame and fortune. This is a hot mess. But do y'all think that JLo is going to face consequences for this? Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Then check out this next video.